Ooh, good morning, guys, and welcome into the stream. Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Hopefully, all you guys out there taking care of your ladies, either you took care of them last night or tonight, you got something special planned. If my girlfriend's watching, we do have a nice evening set up for us, so I didn't forget. Happy Valentine's Day, guapa. But for the next hour here, guys, we're going to be jumping into some bets. Huge slate of college basketball. We have some Olympic hockey on the men's side that we need to look at as we looked at some USA bets yesterday. Little bit of golf going on as well. Pretty much it's a college basketball stream today because there's no NBA and there's no NHL while we have the Olympic break, and we'll take a look at some Olympic bets. So that's pretty much where we stand. Maybe a little bit of tennis, right? So let's jump into it. I got all the DFS books selected. We have a couple of golf plays. I'm digging to FanDuel right now. So we do have some golf plays, which is all right. Irish, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up? So better underdog. Again, I don't know how many of the books. Let me see what we got with better, because I know we should receive some type of discount with better. I haven't checked yet. So we have like an Mbappe. I would love to put this top-end discount together because I don't think they're going to let me bet on collegiate basketball. Player props out here in AZ, but I'll take a look. And then for the PGA Tour, we got Nick Taylor on his birdies or better, over 4.5, as they're playing in Pebble Beach. This is the third round action. And then I can go with Greyersman or Bridgman. They're pretty much the same. I don't know, though, if they'll let me combine two dudes the same. If we take the over on Bridgman, yeah, unfortunately, it's a 4x payout. That's what I was concerned with. It's a 4x payout, which not really what I'm looking to grab. Let me see if I take the under on the other guy, if it'll give me that 6x payout. Take the under 4.5. Yeah, so that will give me a 6x payout, guys, on better. I'll share this slip, assuming they let me bet they do. Okay, so take the Taylor over, the Greyersman under, with one of the discounts on better. Doesn't matter if you take Mbappe or you take the college player. And we'll be able to get that as a 6x payout. So there we go. We actually have a better slip. Okay. We're looking all right. Let me pop this on my notes really quickly, and then I'll share this with you guys. Perfect. All right. And so I hit this up on better. If you want to try to do this on underdog, guys, I don't know if they'll let you rock all three PGA slips. All right, better slip is incoming. Slovakia Irish, let's go. No doubt about that. Yeah, we just want them to keep it close, right? That's all we really want. All we're hoping for. And I obviously just woke up recently, so I saw that, 5-3. What's up? Looking pretty good. We got a lot of money on this Denmark-US game. A lot of money on the Denmark-US game. Kind of forgot about the Slovakia game. Not going to lie. Yeah. And we got I think we had the over 1.5 first period goals, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, Irish, thanks, man. You can tell. I didn't wake up. I probably woke up about 30 minutes ago, and I didn't check any box scores. But shout out to Slovakia, keeping it close. We had them plus 2.5 on Dub Club, so that's awesome. All right, there's the better slip. If I bring my mouse down here, let me refresh this page. Okay, you could take Tom Hogue on his player strokes on better if you wanted to. Jake Knapp, Geyersman. Might be able to grab this guys with a couple tennis plays on underdog. This play's not great, to be honest. This play at the bottom. But okay. Let me pop over to Pinnacle and see what's up. We have a lot on this USA-Denmark game. Okay, we got Wilworth I don't like. I do like this Cerundolo play. That's solid. But again, we don't have a lot of other options to pair this up with at the moment. Let me see if I got something to share with you guys over here. Let me see if I can I might be able to cook something up on underdog using this Cerundolo play. Okay, I definitely do. So all right, I'm cooking up a 3-pick slip right now, guys, over on underdog. And so I'm going to share this link with you guys here in just a second. All right, 6x payout here. 3-pick slip, no insurance. They gotta detect my location really quickly. How about now? Is it better? There we go. All right, I'm going to share the link here in the chat with you guys. Ton of college basketball. So there's the 3-pick slip on better. We're taking advantage of the Cerundolo player games 1 because this looks really good. But it's early with this market, guys. This is something that the DFS books like Underdog and PrizePicks have added. And I always lean on Pinnacle as a sharp. But Pinnacle doesn't take a ton of money on this market, right? Only $600. I still deem they're really sharp. Holy shit, Bracco's giving you plus 123. This has, okay, on this one, guys, don't hit this up on Bracco. This is definitely what's called a palpable error or a palp. The sports books make mistakes at times. This is clearly a mistake by Bracco. This is how when you hit a play up like this, you get limited after this bet. And there's nothing worse than if this bet loses and you get limited. That's the worst. So I wouldn't hit this up on Bracco. All right, let's, and I have, guys, I'm not just selecting on underdog. I have better PrizePicks, underdog, DraftKings, pick 6. I have them all, the big ones, dabble selected. And this is all we're seeing right now for Pinnacle. Because really we just have like soccer, tennis, maybe Olympic men's hockey, and some golf. FanDuel, we talked about this. We were able to share a slip earlier. So if you want to add this Graysman player or Geyersman player, however you say this dude's name, on your underdog slip, you could do that with Cerundolo and then one of the esports plays. Okay. That's pretty much what we got right now going on. Let me go over the Sharp Money tool. I'm going to have everything selected for main markets and player props. And we're just going to take a look at today. What's going on? Let me refresh. Okay, if anyone's into long shot underdog plays, Clemson, money line, rebet. I might be able to sprinkle this down somewhere else. This would definitely be a play, guys. If you got this on rebet and you put down like $10 or $25 and they got out to a lead against Duke, I would look to almost arb out of this play. Right? If Clemson gets out ahead, maybe their odds drop from plus 800 down to like plus 400. This is where maybe you could get Duke at minus 400, have Clemson at plus 800. That's an insane arb, right? Somebody wants them at plus 793 for $22,000. Yo. You can see Pinnacle's at plus 627, Bookmaker 669. Now Circa is at 750. I'm kind of interested in maybe plus 750, going over to like BetDSI and grabbing this. Again, little sprinkle here. I'm not opposed to it. If you want to bet this on Circa or FanDuel, like, a couple dollars, quarter of a unit here, guys. Remember, this is an extreme long shot underdog. It's not like we're even talking about like plus 300. This is like plus 750. But I'm okay. This person wants it at plus 793. I know that's below my threshold. I'm feeling frisky. I'm probably gonna put like $25 on this. And with $25, I can basically, you can talk me into any game to bet $25 on. So for some of you, if you normally bet like $50, maybe just throw like $5, $10. Clemson plus 750 on the money line. Maybe look to arb out of this. I'm just going to go $25 here over on BetDSI. Okay. Waiting for that to go through. Bingo. And again, guys, with the offshore books, I can't place the bets in front of you, but, I take screenshots. so you know I'm not bullshitting you. So we're in on Clemson, plus 750, 25 bucks. A little fun, right? Who knows? Why not today? Let's go Tigers. If you have this on rebet, this is way better on rebet. I would go maybe up to a half unit on rebet, because that's a really good play. Sharp money tool, though. There we go. Navy and Colgate. Okay. Somebody wants this at minus 120, minus 119, minus 118. This is some serious money here, by the way, guys. And that means they're offering a really good price. Like this person on Novig offering plus 118 odds. They want this at minus 118 for almost $13,000. That's Pinnacle's taking 250 bucks on this money line. Circa's taking $675 on this money line. I would pay attention to the sharp money tool here, because there's roughly close to Circa's limit. Sorry, 500 bucks. Doesn't even matter. There's roughly what, $30,000? Maybe my math's off, $20,000, $22,000. Yo, so if you can't get this at minus 120, minus 130 is fine. Yeah, minus 130 would be the spot, or minus 127 on the Canby sports books like Bet Rivers. Navy on the money line against Colgate. I'm going to go over to Bet Rivers right now and try to get a little bit of that. So I'm just got it loaded up on my phone right here, guys. I can't remember the password. That's why it's not saved on my laptop. Just can't remember. What do we got here? Yeah, perfect. Forgot. We bet Slovakia plus 2.5 on Dub Club. They lose by 2. Oh, we're off and running today. All right, so Navy versus Colgate. These are two smaller college basketball programs. And I'm going to throw $100 over here on Navy for sure. I don't know if I have the stones to go $300 just yet, but maybe I should. Maybe and there's a lot of times here, guys, I will say this on these streams. My biggest problem for myself is that I underbet my edge. I definitely underbet my edge all the time. And that's something that I need to just, it's more of a mental thing than anything else. But I definitely do that from time to time. TCU, Oklahoma State. This is obviously not a real play on Onyx, but I'm just looking to see if we can get this anywhere at like a plus odds number. Nope, can't do that. So I'm not really as interested in this play. New Orleans, Houston, Christian. If you're a Circa user, again, somebody wants this for about $1,200 at minus 114, $500 at minus 116. For those of you who are just tuning into the stream, first and foremost, welcome in. We shared a better slip. We shared an underdog slip. We threw a couple bucks on a long shot play on Clemson money line today against Duke. If you can get it between plus 750 to plus 800, put a quarter of a unit down, a little sprinkle. But welcome in. And obviously, subscribe to the channel, guys. If you find any value in the content, dropped a video yesterday going over some different strategies on how I like to attack Kalshi. We're going to be looking at Kalshi a little bit later in the stream. We're currently on the sharp money tool. For DFS, there wasn't a ton. There was more than yesterday, but there wasn't a ton out there because we really just have golf, tennis, maybe some soccer. Speaking of tennis, going up against Shelton Shapalova, or however you say this person's name. Somebody wants this at either a minus 120. Someone wants it at minus 106, but the minus 120 for $1,600 is pretty decent. Now, Pinnacle is taking $3,600 on this market. So, again, usually on plays like this, I'm not as interested because Pinnacle's taking more money. But if you wanted to grab this on the Canby Sportsbooks, Bet Rivers, Ballybet, Desert Diamond, Unibet, Twin Spires, Bet Parks, go ahead and do so. If you're new to sports betting, and I say Canby, and you don't know what that means, Canby is a third-party odds provider that sportsbooks like Ballybet and Bet Rivers hire to get their odds. Ballybet provides the odds to Bet Rivers and Ballybet, so there's multiple sportsbooks that use Canby's odds. So instead of Bet Rivers having to figure out and manage their odds in-house, they just hire a third party, and that third party is Canby. Canby is widely known as, in certain markets, they're very easy to beat. And so they're a softer book. And so when I say Canby, that's why you see all these sports books on Arkansas State are lined up. These are all Canby sports books, Bet Parks, Bet Rivers, Ballybet. Those are some popular ones. Though depending on the state that you live in, you might have a Canby sports book. Like I have one out here in Arizona called Desert Diamond. There's one in Pennsylvania called Sugar House. Not as popular, but you might be surprised where you live in your state. You might have a smaller casino that does incorporate Canby's odds, right? So if you ever go to a casino where you live and you don't know what odds provider they're looking at, one of my favorite things to do is like a little mystery game is to look at the odds on their screen, on their kiosk, and then go over to OddsJam on my phone and try to figure out like what odds does that casino offer, right? And if they offer Canby, get excited. Get real excited. So California on the money line. If you can get this at Circa, guys, I know they have the same limits as Pinnacle. This is well off Circa. Again, Irish said this before. OddsJam might be pulling in the incorrect odds on Circa, which makes sense because I was looking at the middle betting tool earlier, and there's a lot of things matching with Circa, and I just can't believe that's true. So if this is fake news, and again, I don't have Circa where I live, but if you're like Irish or someone, if you're in the chat, let me know. If this is fake news, I'll move on from it. But if not, then get Cal at the money line at minus 155. Arkansas State minus 6.5, minus 107 odds. Yeah, I love this. Bookmakers, I want 123. They take a lot of money on spreads. Again, you could, if you want to get this on Caesars or DraftKings, I'm cool with that. But Arkansas State versus South Alabama. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Yeah, that's the main line here, guys. It's the main market. And so, again, I'm just going to go in for about $100. Take that. They'll only let me bet $66. Okay, Bet Rivers. So I'm in for $66.25. Okay. Sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, this play came over here on Fanatics. Interesting, Fanatics. I will grab this right now really quick. I'll wait. I'll hold off on it because I forgot about the Pinnacle odds. I don't really care about. Clemson plus 13.5. Bet Now and Bet MGM minus 110 odds. Honestly, this is interesting that Bet Online has changed. Let's look at the line history here, and let me add in Bet Online. What do we got here? They say they're at minus 110. Okay, yeah, not nearly as good of a price. If MGM's at minus 115, then yeah, this is old news. Let me refresh the page. Clemson's now plus 710 at Rebet. Yeah, Irish, we hit the first period totals and we hit Slovakia, which was awesome. So we're off and running. 2-0 start today on Dub Club. Wasn't a good day yesterday, though. It was a 3-pick day, but we didn't hit any of the 3 picks, which Dartmouth kind of really grinding my gears a little bit. Ohio State money line. Somebody wants this at plus 174, but they only want to put up about $900, and that just doesn't excite me. Pinnacle's taking $3K, Circa's taking $1,000. That doesn't really get me going. But maybe Southern Mississippi will. Not really, because bookmakers at 156. Bet 365. Yeah, we're getting down to some lower numbers now, so we're just probably going to get off the sharp money tool here because not as excited about this. Again, when I see a spread like this and I only see Pinnacle's odds, guys, I will go to the event page. I will open this up because I want to know where Circa and Bookmaker has the St. Francis of Pennsylvania spread against Mercyhurst. That's what I want to know. Circa's at plus 2, and then I got to look at this specifically on Bookmaker. So Bookmaker's not showing on OddsJam. I'm literally just looking over here at my Bookmaker account, and it looks like we have St. Francis plus 3 at minus 128. So yeah, that's only 3 cents off. And not really interested in this play anymore. Not so much. Too many differing opinions. Okay. Let's go over the DFS. We'll start off with some Olympic hockey. Maybe there's some USA value. We'll have to take a look. We found some good USA value earlier. I guess I'm just kind of curious here too. Nope, don't mean to do that. Where's my Olympic hockey at? Let's see if it's here. Bingo. Okay, so we got some good plays earlier on USA. USA -4.5. Kind of odd. I know we got some solid odds yesterday. Over on Camby, -4.5. I got the -4, which looked pretty decent. So we got some pretty good odds. Again, if you want to get this, we got some overs as well. The over 6.5. I know I'm on the over 6 at -143. The over 7. Okay. Again, we don't really have Pinnacle all the time showing us what's up, but okay, a couple of plays. I was just curious if we were going to see anything decent. So let me just go to some mainline markets here, guys. I'll just pick one of my presets like college basketball, and then I'll just change this to all markets. We'll clear this out, and we'll come down here to hockey, and we're going to look for men's and women's Olympics. And I'll look for maybe the next 7 days. Do we got anything at all? We're devigging, though. We want to devig the Pinnacle, and let's go to power. There's just one result, which is Denmark +4.5 on Caesars. Okay. So, obviously, I'm on some USA, but I'm on USA -4. Can't remember what I'm on. I'm on USA -4, over 6, over 7. Got 20 cents of CLV on all these. Shout out Bet Rivers. We got some great CLV, guys. And Pinnacle's now taking around $4,000. So, if you wanted to, right, if you were in my position, I bet USA -4. I could bet Denmark +4.5, and that's kind of a hedge, right? USA wins by 4. I win the +4.5. I push on the USA bet. Okay. But, if USA wins by 5, I win 1 bet. I lose this bet. So you're really just hoping that USA wins by 4. So I'm not going to go after this play. But if you don't have anything yet on this game, you want to go against your country, assuming you're from America, be my guest. Go ahead and be a terrorist, I guess, if you want to bet Denmark. But there is some value over there a little bit. But outside of that, obviously we don't have a ton of games. We already had some of the men's games happen. Right, we already had Latvia and Germany. Shout out Latvia coming out and winning 4-3. And Finland and Italy, right? We could take a look to see what's up there. Women's hockey, we got Canada playing right now in the first period. We got Finland, Switzerland. So that's why there's not a ton going on. If I was to switch this over to live, and we wanted to hit this up live, we could see that, we can grab Finland -6, -5.5 after 1 period. Looks promising. Again, you want to hit some of these plays up, guys. These are very high EV. Obviously, they're at the end of the period, so that we're in a stoppage. So I don't mind, right? Pinnacle's at -164, so we'll grab maybe a little. Let me log into Caesars. Let's log into FanDuel. Grab some live Olympic hockey right now for the men's. No offense to Italy. Again, if you want to, guys, you could grab -6, -6.5. For me, these are all really high EV edge plays. I would rather just grab the easiest leg. Okay, now there is a pretty good discrepancy on this in terms of the spreads here. But I'm just going to go over here. Where are we going to go? To hockey? Yeah, hockey. Thank you. I'm going to go to the -5.5 here. And I'm just going to throw down $100. I'm going to go 115 to make 100. All right, Finland -5.5. I am waiting for it to go through. Bingo. Got it. So, Finland -5.5. $115 to make 100. I'm on that, so we'll throw this in. Cool. I don't quite have the stones to bet what OddsJam's telling me to bet. Canada -5.5. I wouldn't go after this Finland over 6.5 team total. If you don't have Caesars, you can get this at MGM. It's a significant drop in EV, but it's still 4%. I'm going to log in over here on FanDuel, and grab a little Canada -5.5. Again, when we're looking at this play, we're in a stoppage right now. Oh, no, I'm not grabbing Canada anymore because that's not nearly as good. But Caesars, really, really solid. Really solid. I need to log into FanDuel anyways. So for those of you that have Caesars, if you're looking for some Finland action, there we go. What promos do we got today on FanDuel? We got a parlay boost builder. We got some 30% profit boosts. We do have a 25% boost, guys, on the Olympic Games. So that's what I'm going to use my boost on if you haven't. I'm going to go over here to the Olympics or whatever's live now. See if I can throw my boost on this. So, yeah. So I'm just going to come over here, guys, throw this boost. Plus 150 is going to be good. Only can bet $10, but that's all right. So we're on Canada women, -5.5, plus 150. That's where my boost is going to go. Makes me $15 in profit, which is basically Chipotle later today. So there we go. Let me throw this in. I got to go to the Canada match, which they don't have pulled up right now at the moment. No problem. Don't want curling, my bad. I want women's hockey. Bingo. And then let's go down the puck line here. And I'll say I got a little odds boost at 150 for 10 bucks. Okay. Again, guys, that's the bet tracker with Odds Jam. And really, really solid. Irish, it's okay, man. It's all right. It's just value right now, right? It's just value for me. It's all right if we're on Germany +5.5. It's all right. By the way, I opened the chat up to everybody today. So it's not just OGs and DGens. If you are on the stream, the chat should be open up to everybody. Wanted it to kind of be a party today. John, what's going on? Honestly, yeah, it's one of those things too. And I'm not, again, it's not that I don't believe Irish in the play that I gave out. It's just that, like, when you have enough bets, like, I don't remember them all. And so I'm just like, hey, there's value. Like, go use the boost. So I'm cool with it, right? If I hedged out of my position a little bit. It's all good. Orty said, I need this NBA break. It's been absolutely dreadful the last 2 months. And so, Orty, I kind of mentioned this yesterday. I'm glad that you brought this up, and hopefully you're having a strong day, brother. Strong morning. We are here at the All-Star break. We're going to jump into a lot of college basketball right now. We are here at the All-Star break of the NBA season. Export your bets. Take a look at your picket. Export your Odds Jam bet tracker. Throw it into ChatGPT, or just take a look at yourself, right? And look to see, like, where you're doing well. If you find that right now you're getting crushed on certain markets in the NBA, personally, I just would stop betting them the rest of this year. If you've noticed that you're getting crushed on NBA player rebounds or first half totals or game spreads, just stop betting them, right? I would say stop betting them. Trim the fat from this. And this gives you the chance to take a break, take a look, or, you know, from October to December, was you crushing player props, and in January, you got crushed. All right, well, then don't lose hope. Just one bad month. I had a terrible month in January. I'm having a green month now, right? So in February. So variance is going to happen like that. But this is just something that definitely you want to just take a look at to kind of see what's up. But definitely do a deep dive into all your markets for the NBA and see what's going on. Also, little heads up, reminder, I'll say this a few times over the next couple of weeks. Start looking at your MLB stats and numbers from previous seasons. Take a look at your MLB plays, because MLB is coming up. Spring training is about to commence. You want to start to know what's going on there. I'm a little surprised that we don't have any. Oh, that's right, because we're on live. I forgot. There's nothing going on live. All right, we're looking at some point spreads right now, specifically on college basketball. I'm going to let the EV builder do its thing. Yeah, we got the boost over there on DraftKings as well. No doubt, no doubt. So if you're on no vig, Michigan -16.5, this looks like a smash. Circa and Bookmaker agree. Again, guys, Circa and Bookmaker accept much higher limits on their point spreads than Pinnacle does, especially for the big-time conferences, right? Pinnacle's taking $1,500. Circa's taking $3,300. And if you really want me to blow your noodle, I can almost guarantee that bookmaker might be taking like 5 or 6x the amount of money that Pinnacle is. So minus 16.5 on Michigan State. For those of you that, don't check the streams out all the time. Actually, no, they're only taking $5,000 right now. So they're taking more than Circa, but they're taking $5,000. Again, I always have this pulled off to the side, bookmaker, so that you can see $5,000 right there. So bookmaker takes more on spreads, Circa takes more on spreads, Pinnacle doesn't. So stop using Pinnacle as your sharp sports book when you're betting college basketball or college football spreads, just especially on game day. So if you want to hit this play up on Michigan, it dropped now. It wasn't as good, but you can be my guest. Virginia Tech. And again, guys, when I'm looking at these, there's 2 things I'm looking at. Number 1, like what's our edge? And then number 2, what is the conference? Definitely bet this. Virginia Tech game. Bet A&M and Vanderbilt. Bet Syracuse, SMU. Furman and VMI, it's a good play. But remember, the conference isn't as popular as the Power 5. So focus on the Power 5 conferences, especially today when everybody's playing. Excuse me. Focus on the Power 5 conferences because there's more money taken by Circa and Bookmaker on those conferences compared to VMI and Furman. More money being taken by those books means they have more confidence in their lines or projections, which breeds you more confidence when you find plays that have an edge. And I'm very salty because I don't have Polymarket, I don't have NoVig, I don't have ProfitX. And for the sake of the time, for the stream, I'm not going to go over and create these markets on 4CX. But I'm kind of salty. I'm a salty pretzel right now. I'm not going to lie, because these are a lot of ProfitX plays. And again, $27, $92, $157. Like these are low liquidity. $63 on Southern Utah, even though it's a lower tiered conference. Go bet it. Now $1,500 on Virginia Tech doesn't scare me. 180, whatever. These plays just moved now on ProfitX, but these are all plays I would go after and grab. So I'm just going to pause here. Even for my Circa people, let me take a double check this Circa one for UL Monroe and Texas State. Because if bookmaker's taking the same amount of money that Circa is on this Texas State play, then I would just avoid it. But if they're taking more, then I'd be interested. Maybe half unit play. UL Monroe plus 14. Bookmaker's taking almost $7,000 on this market. Almost $7,000. And Circa's taking $1,100. So go bet this play on UL Monroe. Now, again, if this is a stale line, apologies. But if it's real, go bet it. So a lot of good stuff over there. I was hoping to see if we saw an Iowa State-Kansas boost play. Haven't seen one yet because basically I would just take that and slap it on. Duke minus 13. Bet openly. I'm interested. Now, I know I bet Clemson spread guy or Clemson money line. But super long shot. I'm all right, though, going over and grabbing a little Duke. Minus 13 on bet openly. Let me look at the open bets here. I got to find the open bets. Oh, that's why. Okay, finally found it. Duke minus 13. Yep. Take it for my $20 here. Again, I love using bet openly. I got this for $20. At plus 100 odds, if they win, it's going to be like a minus 102. Okay. Unfortunately, there's not much that I can bet, but Oklahoma minus 1.5. If anybody wants this, go grab it. It's only $10. I'll leave it out there for you guys if you want it. Mercer, Elon, all these plays, I really would just smash all these if I had access to it. Old Dominion, I'm curious here because I would like to bet this. We did place a bet yesterday over at Bet 105 that cashed. Can't remember what the team was, but it was a winner. Old Dominion minus 4. Again, when I open this play up, Circa's taking, actually, Pinnacle's offering more money than Circa is. And Bookmaker's taking $5,400. So I'm okay with a small sprinkle here. Maybe I'll bet just like $50 on Bet 105. But again, guys, Bet 105, they copy a lot of Pinnacle's odds. Not all the plays, but some of them, a decent portion of them. And if you guys sign up for a first time, use my code BillyC. Deposit $100, you'll receive a $50 free bet. It's a great book. Use it every day. Very solid. They're very upfront. They tell you the limits. It's a decent book. Plus 101. I'm gonna throw $50 on this bad boy. And even if you don't use my code, guys, just sign up for the book. Just sign up for it and use it. So I'm in. Again, I can't. This is an offshore book, so they do accept crypto, guys. So it's not just like you can deposit $50 from your bank account or credit card or debit card. But we're in on Old Dominion plus 101. So for a little $50 spot there. Orty says, came off my best month ever in December to my worst in January, and so far even worse in February. Yeah, Orty, that's especially when it hasn't changed. That can be very difficult. Very difficult, my friend. And so that's definitely something where I would say, and not that you don't know this already, brother, take a look, though, at where you're betting your NBA plays, what markets you're just getting absolutely smoked in. And I would just say avoid those like the plague at all costs. All right, what we're going to do now, guys, is for all college basketball, we're going to make a little collective blend here. We're going to go all markets, all mainline markets, and then I want to jump into these alt markets. Now, I want to really look at first half, and I think we already have first half money lines, yeah. But we're going to look at first half totals, and we're going to look at first half point, my bad, can't type, point spreads. All right, and what we want to do here is we're going to use a little collective blend. Honestly, I'll go with all 4 books. I'm okay with using the 4 books. And then I just want a 50%, right? So I want these books lining up. Normally we go 3 book blend. I'll add in Bet Online because they got some solid limits. You really can't go wrong. You go 3 books, you go 4 books, you're good. And let's take a look and see what we got. Jazz Sports. Guys, be very careful with Jazz Sports. It's an offshore sports book. Talking to a lot of people, it's gotten a bad rap. I got like $100 over there. So again, I do have like a little bit of money. Not a ton. But I don't really want to promote this book. I am not some of the stories I've heard, it's just not good in terms of being able to get your money out of this book. So I would avoid this book. But because I have some money over there, I will throw down this bet for what it's worth for some college hoops. Cal and Boston College. Over on Grand Canyon, San Jose State. Pinnacle's only taking $500, but again, Canby Sportsbooks looks pretty good. I don't think they have a search bar over here on Jazz, but that's fine. What time's this game? It's 10 a.m.? Oh, it's an early one? Okay. Yeah, it's literally right in front of me. I'm looking at what, the over 141.5 at plus 116. Yo. Yeah, this one's really good. I'm just going to put everything that I have in the account on this. So it's about $216. They won't let me bet it? All right, how about 200? Yeah, they took it for $200. Okay. Definitely try to get my money out if this one hits, but we'll see. Grand Canyon, San Jose State. I can get down with that for sure. That's at 3 p.m. For my Bovada people, again, California, Boston College. Even though I just bet the over on this, guys, one of my favorite things to do. Unders on first halves for college hoops, bet the over. 3 books agree with it. I'm looking at this Duke minus 11.5 against Clemson. I'm looking at that. I know I just bet him at minus 13, but I only bet him for $20. Get him at a slightly better price. Minus 11.5 at minus 132. This is an alt line. The main line's 12.5. And so, yeah, I definitely like this. And again, I have 2 books agreeing here. Bookmaker, Pinnacle. Okay. See if I can get this for $100. Yeah, they'll give it to me for $100. even on a limited Bet Rivers account, guys. And what you're going to notice is that when you're limited like I am on Bet Rivers, the main markets and the power conferences, Power 5 conferences, you're going to be able to wager decent money over there. You're not going to get limited to 20 bucks on Bet Rivers yet. So point spread especially on a favorite, you'll be able to get that down. Clemson and Duke, speaking of their first half, there we go. Oh, we got a little FanDuel action here. Yo, okay. Lower edge here, but Bookmaker, BetOnline, Pinnacle, FanDuel, hit this play up on Chattanooga. Sorry, I was just admiring firstly the Finland game and kind of seeing what's going on over there. All right, so we're looking at Chattanooga minus 1.5. Yeah, Finland's up 3-0. Okay, all right, we need another goal, Finland. That's what we need. Looking at, Western Carolina. Again, smaller conference, guys, but I got agreement from 3 sports books. And over here, I'll try to throw 100. Again, 3 sports books, guys. I have a lot of confidence in this. Will they let me bet 110? They will. Nice. All right, Chattanooga, minus 1.5. There we go. We're in on that one. And minus. Oh, Billy. It's not minus 110, dude. It's minus 104. Oh, that was terrible. I shouldn't have made that bet. So my hand up, guys. Sleeping at the wheel there. Not a good play. Don't bet the minus 110. Minus 104 was decent. Not anymore. Jeez, oh, flip. First half, Santa Clara, South Carolina Upstate in Longwood. This one, guys, this is a really small conference for Bet 105. So, yeah, I mean, Circus taking 550. They got this at minus 110. Pinnacle's only taking $250. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with it. It's lower amount. I'm not going to bet a ton over there, but I'm okay with this. The under 144.5. Santa Clara plus 148. They're taking Gonzaga. This is an underdog play. See if I can quickly get this on Longwood. The under 144. Yeah, because it's the main line over there. They only let me bet $125. I'm going to bet $100. But we get that play. Cool. Okay. And literally they just moved all their lines to now like plus 122. Interesting. All right, what else do we have here? Bet this Duke minus 13.5, plus 108, Profit X, $400. I love that. You can see 3 sharp books, guys, all believe this should be like basically minus 107. You're getting plus 108. Take that all day long. Middle Tennessee on the money line, a little bit more of a long shot play. But I don't mind this. FanDuel. Bookmaker doesn't love it. But I'll grab this. I'll grab it. A little bit of a long shot play. And I'll throw $50 in on this play for Middle Tennessee. All right, plus 152, Middle Tennessee. I think it's Conference USA taking on Western Kentucky. I will take a look to see if we have anything for Kansas or Iowa State. So let me come up here in the search bar. What do we got? Anything? Because I like to throw a boost on it. Little DK boost. We got one. Okay, we got a couple different plays here. Okay. So minus 7.5 Iowa State. The books think this is a 2% edge. All 4 books. DraftKings has this at minus 112. If you wanted to throw your boost on there over on FanDuel, you could do that. Let me take a look. I'm logging into DraftKings right now. Yeah, they got a 30% boost. We could also do the Texas Tech Arizona game as well. All right, so I'm over on DraftKings here, guys, and I'm just going to hit this play up. Where is it? Looking at the Big 12, Iowa State. So I'm going to take a -7.5. I'm waiting for the boost to pop up. There it is. 30% boost. They're going to let me bet $100 on this guy. Shout out DraftKings. So I'm going to take this, guys. I get this at +116, and I'm on Iowa State -7.5. And I got this for $100 on DraftKings, -7.5, +116 odds. So that's what I'm going to go with here, because all four books think that this should be roughly like a -107 as the fair. And so I get this on DK. So that's solid. That's very solid. Excited about that. Okay. Let's get off of this, and let's get back to just the main plays. But again, guys, the pot. Oh, we got a cow sheet play. Okay. Let me get rid of Poly Market. No, I'm sorry for anyone that's out. Wilbo, if you're watching outside of the U.S., we just obviously in the States we don't have access to Poly, so I just don't want it to like fill up a bunch of my plays. Again, guys, this is the custom EV formula builder here at OddsJam. You want to try this 1 week for free? Tell them that I said that you can get platinum 1 week for free. Use code Billy35. You will receive a 1 week free trial and then 35% off your first month after the 1 week trial ends. If I'm going to be brutally honest with you, I wouldn't sign up for the trial until the NBA comes back on Thursday. So maybe, if you want to bet some college basketball today, then by all means, there's a ton to bet today on college hoops. You can make a lot of money. But after today, things kind of quiet down a little bit. I would wait until Thursday when the NBA returns. I'm looking for a green logo called Cow Sheet. By the way, Irish, not the dude that's in the stream, but Irish -5.5. Canby Sportsbooks. Pinnacle and bookmaker like Notre Dame -5.5. I'm going to go bet that right now. Yo, Finland potted a goal. Let's go, Finland. Up 4-0. Canada, what are you doing, Canada? I don't know who I want to root for. Germany, we got them +5.5 in Dub Club. But I just accidentally lied. Well, didn't accidentally. I took the value on live betting them on FanDuel for only $10. Would rather the Dub Club people win. So, and myself, whatever I already have pregame on it. So let's go Germany. I'm going over to Bet Rivers right now, guys, to bet some Notre Dame -5.5. This looks really good. On Bet Rivers, even if I can get it -108, that's fine. It's the main spread, main play. I'm going to go in for $100 on this one as well. There we go. Orty, I have not tried that myself. I'm not really looking to try it, but if anyone here has any insight to provide Orty, I would take a look at that. When it comes to VPNs, I've messed around with VPNs back in the day for like, streaming like television shows and stuff. But I typically don't mess around with VPNs with sports betting. Tried it about a year and a half ago. Just don't want to mess around with it anymore. Here we go. UCLA, Michigan. Couple of books have this. FanDuel, Caesars, BetMania. I'm going to go check out BetMania really quickly because that's an offshore book that I'm working through a rollover. And I'm getting closer to the end of this rollover with this offshore book. I hope this is out there, guys. UCLA, Michigan. Again, a 1% edge, but you have Pinnacle and Bookmaker agreeing on this play. The over, 154.5. And then I can maybe even try this over on, I should try to maybe go over to BetDSI, to be honest with you. If BetDSI is offering this at 154, I should bet that instead of 154.5. I can get a little insurance. Yeah, it's out there on BetMania. But this is, again, guys, when I scroll down, I'm like, oh, like this is, and Ben, if you guys want to bet the St. Francis, Pennsylvania play, go get that on FanDuel. But if BetDSI is offering me a half point less, like this is the insurance I'm talking about. Because if they score 154 total, this is a push, this is a loss. So these are the little things you want to be looking for. And this game starts pretty soon. So let me see if BetDSI is actually offering this at 154. And they are. They are. So I'm betting this over at DSI. No doubt about that. I'm just going to bet 110 on the over. Shout out to BetDSI. I use this offshore book every day for college basketball. And I use them a decent amount for MLB. We got any Kalshi plays? I just want to quickly scroll to see if we got any Kalshi. We got one play that's got like slim edge. I'm not interested in betting TCU Oklahoma. It's just too low. Way too low. Let's go back to the top. Again, guys, you can't see it because my head's in the way. But the play pause button, the play button's on. So new plays that roll in will pop up on this screen. So this is really nice as well. Love seeing that though with Finland up 4-0 on Italy. Could definitely probably try to middle out of this if I wanted to. Because they're at -7.5. 7.5 is now the main one. We got them at -5.5, which looks incredible. Because we only need 2 more goals. And Caesars isn't offering me a cash out option. But still. And something just locked, so we'll see what's going on there. But anyways, what else do we got here? Again, $119. If you have ProfitX, go bet this. And I don't want to forget about my ARB people. A couple things I want to talk about first because we're going to stop. We'll come back to this here in a second, guys. Because this is really what we're going after today was college hoops. Middle betting. Let's not forget about middle betting. If you want to lock in some middles, again, if Circa's stale, guys, which I think they are, then this maybe isn't something we want to attack, right? Because these plays aren't real. If I remove Circa, 5-0, John. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Let's go. We just need one more, boys. Come on, pot one more. Play some strong defense. Appreciate the update, John. Yeah, Orty, and that's where you would definitely have better expertise than I would, and I appreciate you sharing that. The books definitely now can detect those. That was my experience, at least when I was living in Pennsylvania. I tried it out with some of the DFS books because I was dying to play PrizePicks and Underdog. And it worked for a little bit with PrizePicks. And then it was about like after a month, it didn't work anymore. Let me get rid of Circa here really quickly so we can just see the results. Here we go, 27. And that's a great example there, guys. You saw the middle tool, there's 125 results, and now there's 27. Normally that means probably Circa's off, and OddsJam's pulling them wrong. There we go, John. Yeah, man, I mean, -6 is fine, too. I mean, I understand we're hoping that they win by 6. You win one, you push the other. But if they win the game 6-1, then that's going to be a problem. But hopefully they just take care of business. And obviously we have a half of a hockey game to go. And we're looking really, really good. Appreciate that, Irish. That's where I kind of, honestly, Irish, you kind of know. When I bring up Circa and stale odds, I'm kind of asking you to let me know what's up. There you go. Well, but works until it doesn't, then you're screwed, no doubt. So for middle betting, guys, if you're looking to hit some plays up, DraftKings, Sportzino. I know some of you are limited on Sportzino. I get that. Josh, great question. No VIG, obviously being in Arizona, haven't been using them a ton. I use, because obviously, I was in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. 4CX, haven't even checked, to be honest with you. That's a great question. So I'm just opening it up now. I've been doing well on Kalshi this month. 4CX, at least while I'm waiting for the sync, I'm up $6. I'm 8-10, 8 wins, 10 losses. But we'll have to see. But one thing that I talk about a lot, guy, and Joshua, for you yourself, it's not even so much taking the available plays on the exchanges. It's more so just being able to create those plays. Yeah, I've won I'm down $16 on 4CX. I've won 9 bets, lost 11. So I'm down $16. But really, the reality is for me, it's more of being able to create plays, player props. I can look at Fanatics, I can look at MGM, I can go try to make those plays over at 4CX. That's where I find a lot of utility. Good to know about that, Wilbo, Bet365. So I did want to give a little love, though, quickly. Let me refresh the page here because I don't have the play pause button on. We can do that right now. DraftKings and Bet Anything. If this is out there, this is really, really good. Now, Bet Anything, guys, is a global offshore sports book. And I got to take a look at DK. Let me quickly log in though. This might be stale. I should just click into it because OddsGM does check these odds. If this is real, yeah, it's real. Because DraftKings was offering plus odds, that was a great middle to hit. And that's something you guys want to do when you obviously if you're looking at California and Boston College, this isn't a real play because Onyx is stale to DraftKings. Click the play, guys. OddsGM's going to have a little 3-second refresh to check these odds every 3 seconds. Or you can have the pause play button on. You can see it going back and forth. That means it's in play mode. If I just pause it all together, then it'll just stay on the play button full time. These are things you want to take a look at for sure. So Josh, to be very honest with you, brother, I haven't. It's something that sometimes I either A, forget to do, or I just don't set enough time aside to play them. But I would definitely say I'm making more than I'm taking. And if I was using NoVig and ProfitX, like I would definitely make more than I take. 100%. That's how I would like to use the exchanges. There's some plays out there in the exchanges. Like we talked about a lot. These lower liquidity plays, like $119, I would grab this on Cal. Right? But let me click the play button again. There we go. These plays on NoVig for $150, I would take those, but ultimately I'm looking to make more of the markets. No doubt about that. Fordham and Rhode Island, there's some overs here that look really good. I'm probably going to bet this Fordham Rhode Island play right here, guys. Over 133.5. This game starts really, really soon. I'd rather do the over 133 than the over 134. It's just an easier leg to hit. Damn, they might have changed this. Did they change this? I got to imagine the over 132.5. That's because it just started. That's right. Okay. So the game started, unfortunately, because we're at the 10 a.m. Noon Eastern mark. Okay. Can I get this over at Betmania? Over 133? No, can't get that. Okay, that's stale. A lot of good plays out here, though. So like this NoVig play on Duke, this NoVig play on Clemson Duke first half, same with ProfitX, like all these plays I would go grab. But then, when it comes to player props, I would say player props, you want to be making a lot of the markets on NoVig and ProfitX. Don't accept a 3% edge. Give yourself a really good price. That's how I would try it out. So Ordy was saying, X-Point Verify, back to the VPN talk, X-Point Verify and GeoComply not only detect VPNs, but collect an insane amount of data. X-Point Verify is what Bet365 uses. Most use GeoComply. Agree. Very familiar with those two names. Appreciate that, man. Most offshores don't use the geolocators. Shout out Bovada. Yeah, again. So shout out Bovada for that one. But Wilbo was saying a lot of sites do work. You just need a quality VPN. People try to use the free ones, get into trouble. Yeah, I definitely have always paid for my VPNs. And sometimes I've tried to use the less popular VPNs just so that, I'm thinking, well, if everyone's using a VPN, they're probably all using like the top 2 or 3, but maybe you should be using the popular ones because they're really, really solid. Really solid. So Kansas +4 first half point spread. Okay. Speaking of like 4CX here, like Marquette and Xavier, this would be a play on 4CX. $634. I'm definitely willing to go after 4CX with and hit this up. Looks really, really good. All 3 books agree here. It's a lower edge play, but that's fine. Again, under 155 at +109 for Xavier and Marquette. Again, guys, this is one of the exchanges that's available out here in Arizona. That is, what time is this game? It's at 1 o'clock, my time. 3 o'clock Eastern. One of the exchanges that you can create markets, No Vig and ProfitX isn't available anymore in Arizona, but this one is. Here we go. And they're telling me to wager 20 bucks. I'm not going to wager 20 bucks. I'll probably wager like 75 to 100 bucks. There we go. We get that play for 75 bucks on the under. Marquette and Xavier, 4CX, plus 109. So there we go. All right, still 5-0 Finland. Shout out to the German women. They're holding on. Still 2-0 with 9 minutes left in the second period. So Dub Club, we're looking all right there. We just need Finland to pot one more. That's all. Don't feel bad for the Italians, all right? They're going to be okay. They're going to be able to go home to some delicious garlic bread and pizza and pasta. Those boys are going to be able to go home with a full belly. Some solid red vino. They're going to be okay. So Finland, don't feel bad. Just keep going. Put 7-8 up on the board. Let's go. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to pause there because if my girlfriend is watching, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, my love, and the Patriots lost, which means you owe me Mexican breakfast every weekend for an entire month. And I'm coming, Billy Boy's coming over to your place right now to collect. So I'm having some Mexican breakfast right now, guys. Shout out to my girlfriend. She lost the bet. She took the Patriots on the Super Bowl. She owes me Mexican breakfast now for an entire month. Every Saturday and Sunday, I'm getting me some Mexican breakfast. So I was really happy the Seahawks won because now I get to eat some delicious food. Clemson already up 2-0 on Duke to start. Interesting. Maybe we got a chance here, guys. Let's hold on for a quick second. Just real quick. For those of you that did follow along with me and you did bet the Clemson money line play, okay? This is a game that you want to watch closely because in my opinion, we could let this ride. But again, we could arb out of this on Caesars at minus 700 odds, right? So I bet Clemson earlier, and honestly, I got to take a look on OddsJam, where I bet this at. I bet this over at BetDSI at 750, okay? So I'm going to go over the calculator, arbitrage calculator, take a look. And again, I could say, I got this at 750 for $25. What if I got this at minus 700? That's about less than a 1% arb, right? So we're really hoping. Now it's at minus 650. These are little things we want to pay attention to right now. We can arb out of this right now for a nice little profit. $3, right? It's only 1.5%. But just if this drops anywhere to minus 450, minus 500, this is going to be really good. Also, if you wanted to bet Duke money line, oh my God, go bet this right now on Caesars at minus 650. This is 700 still. It's insane. Caesars is insane with this price. Bookmakers at minus 1,500. FanDuel's at minus 1,400. Caesars is at minus 700. This is stupid. I know Campy's or Kalshi's at 18,000 at 870, but something just to take a look at, right? Now, obviously, it's going against this right now, but if Clemson ends up going on a 5-0 run and they go up 7-2 or 9-2, and you want to arb out of this play, something to think about. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going to get the chilaquiles already. I think we're going to go with some, if she's listening, I would like some machaca. If you have some machaca, mi amor, yo prefiero. But anyways, have a great Saturday, guys. We will be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be very honest, guys. I don't know what we're going to be talking about tomorrow to bet. Some college basketball. There's not a lot to talk about tomorrow. So I plan on streaming tomorrow, but I'm going to take a look at the sports betting calendar, and I'll tweet it out, guys. Because I don't know. If there's not much to bet on tomorrow, then we'll just kind of wait until Monday. Because we don't have a lot to bet on, unfortunately. But otherwise, guys, have an awesome Saturday. And I'll talk to you guys very soon.